We last talked last night around 9:30. Since that time, I described how we would be rotating officers in and out of the scene to give rest breaks for people. Last night, the State Patrol tactical response team responded. They deployed a portable phone. We call it a throw phone. It's a phone that we can deploy inside the building to gain access and communicate with anybody inside. After repeated attempts, we were unsuccessful in maintaining any type of communication with Mr. Dittman inside. Eventually, around midnight, a search team entered the residence and conducted a very slow, methodical search within the residence. Mr. Dittman was located deceased in the residence and was pronounced dead by the county coroner.
Right, but the investigation, continued investigation, is a joint investigation between Norfolk PD and the State Patrol and the other agencies. As he said, of course, Mr. Dittman is deceased. I was there about 2 o'clock or so, talked to investigators. I was kept up to date throughout the day and up till just now as developments occur. Mr. Dittman died of a single gunshot wound. It was self-inflicted. Mr. Dittman died of suicide. It had nothing to do with any officers outside. I believe it occurred earlier in the day. As I said, I've determined the manner of death to be suicide. The cause of death, the single gunshot wound to the head. Time of death would have been earlier that day. I'm not sure when. I understand there were some shots fired inside the house earlier. When the police get those times, we'll do that. Because Mr. Dittman was surrounded by the police and the police were involved so heavily, there will be a grand jury. The grand jury, I'm not sure how soon it will be. It could be as soon as next week. Let me see. Mr. Bussey is still in the hospital. I'm not sure. My last update on him was 3 or 4 hours ago, but I understand he's stable at least.
Obviously, we had the State Patrol's assistance there to open up the front door. There was just a lot of items and junk and stuff around in that area. There also was doors that were locked inside and stuff that had to be breached when they did make their entry into the rooms.
We heard some really big explosions with some like flashing light. Were flashbang grenades used, or what was that?
Yes, distraction devices.
And had he been in a position where he wasn't affected by the chemical munitions? Because he seemed to last an awfully long time.
It's, I'll get the time of death at some point. I understand the gunshots were prior to the tear gas and such. So
Most of them.
Most of them, so he would have been, the nature of the wound was that he would have died very, very quickly.